Hello, Chris here, and this is a pink elephant. In this video, I'm going to share with you why this pink elephant holds one of the most important keys to successfully using affirmations in your life. But first, I'm going to share with you a story about somebody I know who tried so hard to make changes in his life, but he just couldn't ever seem to make it happen. See, a while back I received an email from a student of mine. I'm going to call him Adam for the sake of privacy. And Adam told me about how he'd been working on recovering from a decade-old knee injury. He had neglected the injury for years, and he hadn't been able to stick with a physical therapy program to save his life, or his knee. He had been dealing with chronic pain, tightness, and osteoarthritis. At 26, his doctor told him that the x-rays of his knee looked like he was 60. And if he didn't heal himself soon, Adam could be looking at a full-blown knee replacement by just 35. As you might imagine, hearing that news made Adam feel really desperate to make a change. So he learned all about the muscles he needed to build and the exercises that would do it. And yet, no matter how hard he tried, he just couldn't get in a rhythm with actually doing them, no matter how simple the exercises seemed. Adam was so used to living in pain that feeling it didn't even set off alarms in his brain anymore and remind him that day after day, week after week, life seemed to suck up his time and attention. Always one thing after another, making it feel impossible to get in any kind of routine with his exercises. I think we all can relate. Having a clear vision of our goals and knowing all the steps we need to take in order to get there, yet for some reason, just not being able to take those steps. And no matter how easy the little actions are that would help us just move towards our goals, something else always seems to get in the way. And pretty soon, after we put off all those little actions and habits that we want to incorporate into our life, they start to feel like Mount Everest. And even the first little step seems like a really big challenge. Well, that's exactly the kind of frustration that Adam was dealing with. Then after spending months of going one step forward and two steps back with his recovery, Adam discovered this concept of using carefully chosen phrases to reinforce positive behavior at a subconscious level, also known as affirmations. And he decided to give it a shot. So he wrote out a few affirmations of his own. I'm going to share two of them with you right now. I never forget my physical therapy exercises. And I let go of pain. Now, to the untrained eye, these affirmations might seem okay. But really, the words that Adam was repeating to himself every day were sabotaging his progress. I'll explain why in a minute. Fortunately, he didn't have much time to make things worse, because he'd already dug deep down the affirmation writing rabbit hole. And he came across my online course, Supercharge Your Affirmations. In a matter of days, he'd gone through every lesson and listened to the audio. And using some of my affirmation writing best practices, he effectively supercharged his own. Now let's take a look at Adam's revised affirmations. I enjoy exercise and love my healthy, balanced body. I am physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually happy, healthy, and whole. Much better. At first glance, it might seem hard to even notice the originals in these new revised versions. So right now, I'm going to share with you two fundamental principles that Adam used to really optimize his affirmations, and I'm going to share with you why they work, so that you can see before and after versions of each affirmation. Here we go. Affirmation writing principle number 1. Always write affirmations in the positive. See, our subconscious mind thinks in the positive, and it tends to ignore negative words that we use in our affirmations. For example, when Adam said, I never forget my physical therapy exercises, all his subconscious really heard is, I forget my physical therapy exercises. So by using those negative words in his affirmations, he was actually reinforcing the unwanted behavior that he wanted to overcome. With this principle in mind, I never forget my physical therapy exercises became, I enjoy exercise and I love my healthy, balanced body. Affirmation writing principle number 2. When writing affirmations, focus on the outcomes we desire instead of the ones we don't. For example, Adam's affirmation, I let go of pain, is actually focused around what he doesn't want to experience: more pain. This is a big concern because when we focus on the problem we want to overcome, we're building up more psychic energy around it. It's like if I say, don't think of a pink elephant, then what's the first thing that you're going to think of? Yeah, a pink elephant. Fortunately, when we focus on a new thought or image and we get completely absorbed in it, we can't help but forget the bad one from before. And the same principle applies to the amazing experiences that we want to have in our lives. In order to get what we want, we must focus on our goals and just ignore the possibility of the outcomes that we don't want. With this in mind, Adam's affirmation, "I let go of pain," became, "I am physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually happy, healthy, and whole." See? Focused completely on the positive experience that he desires. Now, fortunately, writing powerful affirmations that you can use to make positive changes in your life is actually pretty easy, especially when you know what words and phrases to avoid, and you have a few guiding principles that ensure you get the most out of your affirmations as you possibly can. I use affirmations daily, and I've spent many hours studying and developing a handful of affirmation writing best practices. The 2 principles I shared with you today are just some of the many techniques I've included in my online course, Supercharge Your Affirmations. This is the very same course that Adam went through, that he used to transform his own self-sabotaging affirmations into statements of personal power that uplift him and support him in reaching his personal and life goals. Inside Supercharge Your Affirmations, you're going to learn the true nature of affirmations, why they work as well as when they don't, how to create optimal affirmations for life success, common misperceptions and controversies about affirmations, and the 13 deadly words you should never use in your affirmations, and I'll share with you why. I've also included my very own list of 30 affirmations that I've been refining for years, many of which I still use to this day. And perhaps most importantly, Supercharge Your Affirmations has a whole set of techniques, strategies, and technologies that teach you how to most effectively and quickly use affirmations in your life so that you can get the best possible results out of your affirmations in the least amount of time. Now, I've been using affirmations to support my health, happiness, and abundance for years now, and I've experienced many wonderful results. Results that I'd love for you to experience in your own life as well. And that's why right now, I'd like to give you my entire Supercharge Your Affirmations online course and the surprise bonuses for just $7. On top of that, I'll even include my ironclad 100% satisfaction guarantee, which means that if you don't like using affirmations to feel happier and to help you achieve your goals, or you feel like it just wasn't worth your $7, I'll refund every penny. However, if it makes the difference in your life that I believe that it will, all I ask is that you toss me a quick email and tell me about the positive changes you've got going on in your life. Fair enough? Either you use affirmations to improve your life, or you don't. If you do, keep the course, review it online as much as you want, and you'll owe me nothing else ever again. If you don't, just email me. Let me know and you'll be out $0. The Supercharge Your Affirmations course is yours forever either way. You've literally got nothing to lose, and a healthy, happy, and abundant life to gain. Sound good? Just press the button below this video, and I'll send you access to Supercharge Your Affirmations instantly.